Yes.
I would like to say hi to my mom and dad. Hey, mom and dad. I told them to watch the podcast today because I am now a dad and the baby is out and here.
Hey. Yeah. What's up, mom and dad? What's up, baby?
Oh, little
Yo.
baby is here. A little early, but he is here.
And then there
So,
were three.
there are three now. So, before I get into anything, you might be asking, Pat, why are you here on the podcast when baby is like brand new? There are a few reasons for this. First of all, Woolie, I want to really thank you. Woolie called me this morning. I texted him, hey, we're all good to go for the podcast today. And Woolie called me to basically be like, are you sure, dude? Are you absolutely sure we can move it? And I said, no, I'm sure. And then I gave the phone to my wife, and then they talked for a little while. Paige has basically, let's say, heavily insisted that I be here today. She did not want to have the podcast be moved. She is doing very well. Baby is doing very well. She is being taken care of by a team of nurses. She has that little button that she hit if she need anything. I just came from the hospital. I will then immediately be going back to the hospital. So maybe let's not go for 5 hours today.
Okay.
Maybe just cut it a little.
But first things first, we gotta talk about video games. Oh my god.
Video games are still important. They're just
What the
slightly
shit?
less important.
Who fucking cares about the docket this week? Like, okay.
I tell her this, and she's like, "No, the podcast is important.
I'm like,
you must go do it."
I'm sitting here like, hey, I watched Barbie. So anyway,
How was Barbie?
yeah, that was fun. Ryan Gosling was
What,
fun.
are you a Barbie girl?
I sure was. And I'm also Knuff. Anyways.
Okay, so
Well,
all right. It is
fuck are we
time for the
doing?
story. It's time for the story of the new Pat. Okay, so I have some advice for people. Anybody who is gonna have a baby, is having a baby, or thinking about a baby, I have some advice for you right now. First of all, get the car seat earlier than you think you need it. Okay?
Okay.
So here's the sequence of events. All right? Here's the story, obviously with clarification and clear from my wife, who this is our story, but she did all the hard stuff, right? So, Tuesday, or no, it wasn't Tuesday. Regardless, we go and we get the car seat. We're like, fuck yeah, we got the car seat. Yes, good. We can put a baby in a car seat. Couple days later, we go renew the lady's passport. Her passport needs to be renewed. Like, it's one of those things you just got to do, right? We go renew.
How
we
much
do
sleep are you
the
running on
appointment.
right now?
Pretty good actually.
Okay.
I'll explain that.
All right.
So, renew the passport, okay? And then a few days later, we're like, we're gonna go to that final ultrasound, right? The ultrasound that will inform all the plans, right? Bring your hospital bag. That's the bag that has the must-haves to your final ultrasound, because there's the strong possibility that when you get to the final ultrasound, the tech looks inside and it's like, and then goes, hold on a second, I'm gonna leave the room for 25 minutes. And then comes back and goes, well, I'm not allowed to give you any medical advice, but you should go to the hospital for an extra test. No worries. You should just go now. So
Mm-hmm.
we get to the hospital, and we're walking up to a labor and delivery perinatal, and we're a little concerned. And Paige decides that she's had enough, and halfway up to the door, she turns around and starts to run away. She sees like the lettering on labor and delivery of part of the building, and she goes nope, and she takes her cane and she does a 180 and she starts going as
Not,
fast as she
yeah,
can.
Half-Life, absolutely. Just nope, not doing it. Nuh-uh. Gotta leave. I'm out.
I had to block her and be like, no, honey,
Oh, that's so
no,
pure. It's such a raw, just like the brain says, get out of here.
right?
Just
And
leave.
so I get a hold of her. I'm like, no, we have to go see the doctor. I'm sure everything's fine, right? We go in, we
Oh,
see the doctor. Everything is fine. Everything's totally within the bounds of normalcy. And they start talking about, like, induction or whatever. And Paige is like, oh, I was really hoping to have an August baby. And the doctor gives a big smile and says, actually, I was thinking more of a July baby, like today, like a today baby.
how does that sound? Yeah, yeah.
Um, um, so then we're like, okay. And they wheeled us to our private room, which was really nice. We have a button to call a nurse whenever we need one, which we have used a lot, and they've come and taken care of my wife or helped her with something. They gave me a bed, not a chair. I got a bed to sleep on, and it is a not shared room. And then we go through the process of talking about how are we gonna do? How do you want to do this? Right? Do we want to do it the old-fashioned way? Do we want to do what's known as taking the baby out through the sunroof, which is a cesarean section?
Right,
And
right.
we're going through the process, and it was a really like this type of discussion is not super fun. It's not exactly terrifying, but it's very serious. And we were very, very lucky because we had nurses that were with us most of the time. We had the surgeon come down. We had a pediatric doctor come down. We had a GP come in and sit with us and talk with us for hours about risks, about safety, about medical trauma, and we ended up going with the decision because, like, you've heard Paige tell stories. Everyone watching this stream has heard Paige tell stories. Paige has gone through a lot of experiences in hospitals. Her chart is really big and really long. It includes a lot of health conditions. And they were looking at that and going, but there were also parts of the examination and parts of the process that were terrifying. And they didn't want to have a situation where her birth experience was a scary or a rushed one. They
Right.
wanted it to be, I think the phrasing the head surgeon used was like, I want you to have a birth experience that you can look back on and be
Yeah.
happy about, and not and she said that there's a doctor on staff who told him that every year on his birthday, his mom bawls her eyes out because just the date just makes her so upset because it was so upsetting. So we decided that we scheduled ourselves in. We spoke to the surgeons and the doctors and the anesthesiologist and everybody involved. We're going to be a scheduled thing. They put me in scrubs. They gave my wife the epidural. We rolled in. Bim bam boom. 20 minutes. He is out. He is perfect. He is 6 pounds 9 ounces. He is a normal size and weight.
Okay.
He even though he's early, he's still like 50th percentile on the dot. which means I might have a regular human in my house for the first time in my life. And they told me this afterwards, but the anesthesiologist told Paige as she was being rolled in, which is that we made the right decision, because right as we were being rolled in, baby showed the first signs of going, I do not like labor. I do, like, I don't know what stat it was, but some part of the monitoring said, I'm probably not going to really like labor, so the C-section was going to happen. The difference is whether or not we slotted it into the surgery schedule and went down, or we did it, at some late-ass time of night. He is perfect. He is the cutest baby in the maternity ward. As little tiny Pat Jr. was being lifted out, first of all, I'll tell that part later. All the nurses and doctors started cooing because he's so cute. And we go, oh, you say that about all the babies. And they go, no, we don't. No, we don't. Like, really blunt. Like, no.
Got a couple of
you have a very, very cute baby. C-sections. So I've never had
looks like you,
major,
man.
Yeah. So I sent Woolie some photos. Going into a C-section is it's a big thing. There are like 20 people in the operating room for a C-section, and they sit me right next to Paige's head, and so they go in first, and then they get me all my scrubs, and then I wash up and I go in, so I'm mostly sterile, and I go in, and the first thing I see is that you're spread out like Jesus. And Paige's hands were shaking like she was terrified. I'm like, oh no! And I go up to my wife and she goes, hey, how you doing? And it's like, the shakes are from the anesthesia. The shake, you shake as part of the anesthetic they give you.
Okay.
So she was actually totally chill.
Wow.
She was so chill that she discovered she could watch the operation in the ceiling time.
Wow.
So like they have like a like a curtain.
Yeah.
To block you from watching you root around in your fucking guts. And Paige was like watching the baby get pulled out on the ceiling tiles ahead of her because it was really shiny.
Huh.
I got up and took a look at the big moment and did not faint, did not fall down, or even blanch. But let me tell you, that is for real. Digging around in people. That is graphic.
Yes.
That is very, very for real.
We are told what that's gonna be, but that is in fact,
like, right? And you've seen things and you've watched things, and then you look at it and you're like, wow, there's right out.
Yep. Damn.
Everybody has been extremely, extremely supportive. We've had nurses 24/7 coming in, helping Paige with breastfeeding and teaching me how to change the little guy and how to swaddle him, and everything is going great. Baby is perfect. His hearing is good. His blood is good. His size is good. His weight is good. His skin is good. His eyes are good. 10 fingers, 10 toes. There's only one thing, and it's a minor frustration to Paige. We have looked at baby pictures of me. I sent the baby pictures to you. I sent them to my mom. They are indistinguishable. They are like that is a clone.
There's times when you say something polite just to be like, oh yeah, there's your nose or something, kind of off, just to be nice or so. That fucker it's there. It's just there.
It's so Paige had this moment of like, I spent 9 months cooking this baby for us, and now she just has another me around the house. It is so on the nose. He has the hair, he has the eyes, he has the nose, he even has the lips that I had as a baby.
So the insides are gonna be all Paige. That's you're gonna start to
that would be like the coolest version, right? That would be like the coolest double. Is like just what would happen if you just did your character creator and just moved the brain into it.
Baby chugs mustard and can carry a note.
Right. Yeah. And like, so I've been having a lot of big feelings.
You don't say!
I'm having big feelings, but the weirdest part is that the feelings aren't as big as I expected. I expected, you know me, Willie, I'm a jittery, anxious guy. I expected to be overcome with terror at holding the baby and, oh, don't drop him, right? So the nurses have been extremely helpful. First of all, if you want to have your fucking preconceptions wrecked, watch a 55-year-old maternity nurse handle a 5-minute old baby, because they are just fucking flipping them around and grabbing them by their jaw and just rotating their shit, and it's wow.
Yeah. So, they
are so ready to manhandle these little guys.
All I can say about feelings are this. Like, to be fair, this conversation should be happening, like, maybe a week or two from... You are literally in it right now. You are in the middle of it still, and it's not all... It's still liquid. It is not yet...
No.
You know?
The good emotions are all there. The bad emotions are all way less than I expected.
I see.
The terror, the fear, and the worry, and the... So, like, because I've never changed a diaper. I've never held a newborn. Ever.
How about that smell?
I was the kid who, when people would come around and they had the baby, and like, don't you want to hold the baby? I'd like, no, I can't hold the baby. I'll drop the baby.
Yeah.
But nah.
Okay.
Nah, he's pretty good. He's super strong. He's way stronger than I thought he would be. And he's just a little guy. Like, he's just a little guy. Once we got so if people don't know, there's a poop that the baby takes for the first day called meconium. That poop is for real. That is the hardest poop. That is like tar.
The sludge.
That is sticky. It is sludge. Doesn't smell.
Yeah.
Doesn't smell at all.
It's all based on umbilical.
But right, that one was hard to clean. All future poops, since that he recently switched over from meconium to kind of baby poops. Yeah, that's not that hard.
Okay.
I made the mistake of packing his diaper wrong and got a nice face full of piss on the first diaper change.
There you go.
And I was like, it's just piss. It's just baby pee. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. Paige has been in recovery, and so whenever she's not able or she's too tired, I've been feeding the guy, I've been rocking him, I've been hanging out with him. He has tried to nurse from me.
Okay.
Which is wrong. Good instincts.
Yep.
Good instincts. Bad eyesight.
Don't let the latch happen. Don't let it happen.
It did not.
Okay.
So I've given him a bottle, and I felt him latch onto the bottle, and I'm like, I'm glad that's not my tit.
Yeah.
Because a baby's latch is so much stronger than I would have expected. It's so intense. Like I have the bottle, and he goes, and like the bottle like yanks down out of my grip.
And it's a good
And
sign because like some babies just don't like latching or don't latch strongly, you know. So that is absolutely what you want.
some babies are jerks.
Yeah. Well, how's
My
the temperament?
baby. So here's the. Okay, so I need wood. Okay, I'm knocking on wood. As for right now, the temperament of baby Patton Page is shockingly chill. He only cries when he is hungry, and then you feed him, and then he's done, and then he sleeps for 3 hours straight.
Okay.
He only wakes up if he shits himself.
Okay.
Um, Us and the nurses are having full volume conversations. I started to take apart the car seat in the room. We eat dinner. Baby doesn't care. Baby want food, then he wants sleep, and then he poops sometimes.
Yeah.
I was not a good baby. I was a terrible baby.
Mm-hmm.
I was a good child. I was a good like toddler. I was a miserable baby. This baby is chill. He's very cool.
Nice. Okay.
Obviously, I know that might change.
Yes.
I see people in the chat saying,
For now.
"Whoa, get ready, get ready."
Mm-hmm.
But even for, brand new little guys, he's very relaxed compared to the other babies on the ward. So, like, hopefully,
Yeah.
we're on the calmer side of things.
Just and that's awesome when it's like, okay, if something is wrong, you know for certain what's up, you know, as opposed to like reading which version of a cry you're getting and things like that.
Like the lady came in to do his foot pokes, right? They gotta poke his foot to get a little bit of blood to run like the battery of tests to make sure he doesn't have some rare genetic disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And so they gotta pinprick the baby's foot to get some blood on their little cardboard. Oh, hey wife, Mama's in the chat right now. Hello Peach Mom.
Put the phone down. Get out of here. Rest.
And he didn't cry.
Okay.
Like when like the lady is like poking his foot with a needle to get blood out, and he fussed. He didn't like it, and he kicked her. But he didn't freak out. He didn't cry. He was very chill, and he went right back to sleep as soon as I got his little Band-Aid on his foot.
There you go. Yeah. No, man, it honestly sounds like, you guys had like just a real awesome team, that was like,
oh, we are
fucking
so lucky, dude.
For every angle of that covered.
Like,
amazing.
Every time, so every day there's like a new nurse that does like a 12-hour, right? So like 7:30 to 7:30 or something like that, right? And so we see 2 nurses a day. And every single day we've been at that hospital, we go, "Oh my God, this is the best nurse. She's the best one. She is so helpful." She's like either like an older lady with a bunch of kids or like a young nurse right out of nursing school, and they're also chill and calm and kind and supportive. And then we get the next one, and we're like, this is the best nurse. This is the best one.
Nice.
This is what my favorite of the nurse. One of the things that really stood out, like astonishingly, like I knew it was like this, but I didn't know it was like this so much. Me and that baby are the only men we have seen for days.
Okay. Yeah.
There was what? I saw a dad. I spoke to a dad at the ice machine. And that is it.
Okay.
That is it. That labor and delivery, that is by ladies for ladies. So they all know what's going on. Almost every single one of them already has kids. So when they're talking to somebody in labor or pre-C-section or post-C-section, they are all like not just like doctor or nurse informed, but like personally informed. Right? Yeah. It has been a really, really like wonderful experience. Earlier than we thought. Like much, We're supposed to have a doctor's appointment in a couple days for a checkup and talk about when we're going to have the baby that we scheduled months ago. That is now a baby checkup instead.
Man, yeah. Okay. So again, like I'm sure there's just there's probably unsettled adrenaline somewhere. I don't know, I'm almost just, I'm like, when you're in the room, do they just kind of be like, okay, you stand here and you do these things, and then literally don't like enough, like follow these instructions?
That is exactly what it is.
Okay.
They say, Dad. Some of them didn't bother to learn my name, and that's fine.
Right.
Right? They go,
Roll.
Dad, hold this. Dad, grab baby.
Good.
Dad, put this on. Dad, move. Dad, here. And that is my purpose, is to sit here and be emotional support.
Don't fuck this up.
Or change the baby right now while they're doing something over here, running a test, or whatever. That's my purpose here.
Did you crack any gags? Did you try any bits? Did you sing any off?
So me and Paige are hanging out in a room for hours and hours and hours and talking to new people. So we're constantly doing our fucking shtick. Though there is one nurse we ran into where I made some goof, and she's like, yeah, dads get like this as soon as the baby's out. They feel like they have to start telling us what we have to do. And I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. And she's just like had this like look of like, Dad, whatever. She did not like me very much. She was chilled. She was great with the wife, and that's all that matters. But she was really like kind of eye rolling at the boys kind of situation. And I was like, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, it's not your show. Just
exactly.
It is the furthest thing from your show, you know. Like, yeah, that's it. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, so I just have a little me hanging out.
Yeah.
There's something Paige's mom said to us a while ago that like I have to give her like credit for, because she was actually like really right, because we put a lot of thought and a lot of planning and a lot of care and a lot of worry into everything about preparing for baby, right? And Paige's mom said, it's just a baby. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a little person. And now we have the baby, and it's like, yeah, it's just a little guy. It's just like a little man. Like a little old man that I take care of.
Yeah. No, I think I get that. It is like a bit wild in advance, but there's a bit of like, okay, like as long as did you get here fine? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you get lost on the way? Did we have to take a switch to another bus? How'd you get here? Was the transfers okay? And then once you're here, all right, you're here. What's up?
Because, like, I don't know about you, but, like, when I was a kid, all the adults in my life were like, having a child is the most astonishing, transformative experience you will ever have. It will change every part of your life forever. Nothing will be the same. It is the most important, you know, that fucking speech. I'm sure you got it at some point, right?
For sure.
And that's true. I can already feel that that's true right now, right? I'm having a weird response where hanging out with baby, taking care of baby, hanging out with Paige, helping take care of Paige, I'm like weirdly chill. It's not a situation I thought I would be chill, right? Leaving them at the hospital to come here and do laundry or get things or do this podcast, I am not chill. I want to go back there right now.
Yeah. So,
like, literally just having them out of my line of sight, I'm like,
yes, we will complete our minor obligations and get the fuck out of here.
Right
after you fully report in here.
Which is like kind of the opposite of what I expected. I expected to be like a massive nervous wreck taking care of baby, and then when I would leave the vicinity of baby and it's no longer my direct responsibility because I'm not in the room, I would go, whoo, responsibility gone. No, now it's the opposite. Responsibility on the shoulders, it feels great. Responsibility off the shoulders feels like shit.
There's an arrow now permanently pointing in your periphery towards the direction of baby at all times. It's always
That
over
way.
there. You're like, you turn around. Yeah, nope. There's an objective right over there. Yeah, absolutely.
And again, I have to tell everybody, Paige has been a trooper. She's been extremely resilient. She has been weirdly pushy about not delaying today's show. She wanted to make sure that everything went well. As a result, she didn't wake me up last night to help with feedings or poop or anything.
So
She got the nurses.
You got your sleep in then.
Which I have never slept harder in my entire life. I'm a pretty light sleeper overall. There were like 5 people in our room last night, like doing tests and talking and helping Paige with like the breastfeeding stuff and baby tips. And I didn't wake up for shit.
Yeah, no,
Nothing.
Well, I mean, like you said, mom confirmed, fucking go do it. So, all right, it's done. But in terms of just, I guess the feelings and like how that chillness kind of hits, I suspect a lot of that will have to do with as well the fact that you're right on time, right? If this exact moment were, let's say, exactly 10 years ago, there would be a lot of more nervousness and unpreparedness. And,
Woolie, do you remember you from 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Can you imagine you from 10 years ago being handed an infant? You'd freak out.
That's it. That's it, right? So, like, that's the thing is, like, it's happening right on time when you're like ready to catch it. You got the mitt out and you got the glove and you're ready to go, versus like some of those stories that you get from your parents or from your aunts and uncles who are just like, it's gonna be the craziest shit ever and your whole life is turning and all that. It's like, okay, are you reflecting on a memory of having your kid at 24? Because you're barely a person at 24 and now you've got another one. You don't know what life is yet. That's an insane whirlwind, that's going to change you.
Man, I was a lot dumber 10 years ago. Phew. I gotta say, I'm feeling kind of good about myself because I was talking to hey, by the way, hi, Mom and Dad. Hi, Mom and Dad.
Hey.
I was talking to my mom and dad about this, and she was telling me how my dad handled me being born. And I'm not going to go into too many details because I don't want to embarrass the old guy, but I did a much more better job about handling that baby anxiety.
Okay.
It's definitely I definitely did more than read that. You got caught in reading newspapers upside down in the reception. Like a frozen man.
Wow.
Yeah,
not even there.
Just pretending to read something. And I was baby number 3 for him.
Right. Jeez, yeah. No, it needed to. It was best timed for the new brand change as opposed to the old one, right? the stares at era is the correct time for this.
I don't know. Like now that I'm a dad and I can lord over being a dad over all people with no children. And act like I'm better than other people. Haha. No, but like I am having an incredibly difficult time using my words to reconcile this is the most important thing that's ever happened. And he's just a little guy. Like, I don't know how to explain that those are both simultaneous truths.
No, I get it. No, I get it. I think I get it. It's a big, the energy's big like, hey, what's up, man? There you are. How you been? Don't fuck it up. But what's up, man? Hey. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I've been swaddling him and calling him my little burrito because he's a little baby burrito man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been looking at me with his terrible eyesight and struggling to focus on me because his eyesight is terrible because he's a baby. because babies can't see shit. They can see like shapes and shit. And just he's just a little baby man who shits himself sometimes. I mean, I got a stupid dog that I got to wipe the dog's ass because he's fat and ugly. That's grosser than changing the baby.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
I'm not.
The consistency.
Picking up dog shit and wiping your gross dog's butt is significantly grosser than changing a baby.
So babies by design have a really nice onboarding system with getting used to changing their shit, because it comes out less gross initially and then it becomes like big and human and smelly. But you have a training period where you can get used to the goop, and it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it barely smells at all. It's not strong anyway. Later though.
And I guess there's that step of like, well, first of all, how about that smell?
Babies smell nice.
Okay, I know that
they smell cute.
I know that I know that your sense of smell is faded, but.
It's pretty. My sense of smell is pretty blunted, but he's got that new baby smell.
It's strong,
and that new baby smell. Ooh, it's nice. It's good. Apparently, it's stronger if it's your new baby smell. Yes, significantly stronger.
You are getting all of the chemicals working on that.
Wooly, I have had a lot of chemicals happen in my brain over my lifetime. Right? Ooh, a kitten. And I don't know about you, but I can feel the flood when I pet like a kitten or something. I can feel the tingle, right? New baby chemicals are off the fucking hook, man. Paige was like breastfeeding him, and she had this giant grin, and she was like, "Oh, I feel so sleepy and relaxed." And the lady that was helping us was like, "Oh yeah, no, the baby's giving you those good chemicals."
Yeah.
Right.
No, everything operating inside of you is like, you're fucking doing it. You're finally doing it. This is what
it's so manipulative.
Yeah.
But you're like, yeah, I like these good chemicals. I like it. I see somebody in the chat say, "Don't huff babies." You absolutely huff your own baby. That is
get high on your
that
own
is
supply.
The realest thing. You pick up the little guy. And you just go, you hug him where he's on your shoulder, and you're like, "Oh, it's a good baby smell. Oh, it's good."
Yeah. No, that's important. You want to make sure that hits properly. You don't want, otherwise, that story would have been you 180ing to go the opposite direction. Like Paige runs one way and you run the other. So. Oh. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And I guess
I got a lot going on.